the quantum principles that shape the mind to attract the wealth you desire. The truth is simple, but humanity spent centuries overlooking it. Your mind is not a container for thoughts. It is a transmitter, a receiver, and a sculptor of reality itself. Every outcome in your financial life, every opportunity you've attracted or repelled, every limitation and every breakthrough has emerged from invisible quantum principles operating beneath the surface of your awareness. These principles are ancient, universal, and unchanging, yet they express themselves uniquely through each person, because consciousness is the great artist through which the universe creates form. Earl Nightingale devoted his life to teaching one of these foundational laws. We become what we think about. Bob Proctor carried this further, showing that thinking alone is not enough. It is the subconscious acceptance of an idea, the emotionalized frequency of belief, that determines what manifests. When you combine these two legacies, something extraordinary becomes clear. Your mind is the interface between the quantum field of infinite possibility and the physical world of financial results. What you repeatedly hold within becomes the blueprint for what you experience without. But here is the deeper truth few people allow themselves to grasp. Your financial destiny is not determined by effort, luck, or circumstances. It is governed by alignment. It is shaped by the resonance between your thoughts, your emotions, and the quantum patterns that orchestrate matter. To understand these principles is to take command of the creative engine of your life. To ignore them is to drift, hoping for change while unknowingly reinforcing the same inner code that produces the same outer results. There is a silent power within you, always active, always responding, that shapes your reality according to the vibrational patterns you sustain. The quantum principles are not philosophical ideas, they are literal mechanisms of the universe. And when you begin to work with them consciously, your life shifts in ways that others mistake for miracles. What they call luck or coincidence is simply the natural consequence of aligning your consciousness with abundance, clarity, and higher order intention. Everything begins with the mental field, the energetic space where beliefs are formed and stored. Most people think their beliefs are reflections of their experiences, but the opposite is true. Your experiences are reflections of your beliefs. The quantum field does not respond to your wishes. It responds to your patterns. Hidden assumptions, inherited fears, subconscious expectations. These are the frequencies that shape the financial world you encounter. Until you rewrite them, you remain trapped inside the echo of old mental programs. Earl Nightingale understood that clarity of thought was the starting point of all success. He believed that a person who identifies a definite purpose and saturates their mind with it becomes an unstoppable force. Bob Proctor revealed why. The subconscious mind cannot differentiate imagination from reality. When you consistently imagine and feel yourself living in a state of wealth, the subconscious accepts that frequency as truth and broadcasts it into the quantum field. The field then reorganizes itself around your new inner vibration. This is why the wealthy often become wealthier, not because of unfair advantage, but because their inner frequency of abundance is stable and self-reinforcing. They expect opportunity. They assume growth. They believe in expansion. And what you believe with emotion becomes a command to the universe. Likewise, those who expect struggle, scarcity, or limitation, consciously or subconsciously, emit that vibration into the quantum field, which then reflects it back as tangible experience. These quantum principles do not discriminate, they simply respond. They are as impartial as gravity. Once you align with them, wealth ceases to be something you chase and becomes something you magnetize. Money is drawn to coherence. Opportunity gravitates toward clarity. Financial abundance emerges naturally when your inner world stops contradicting your desires. Now, consider this. Every thought you think generates a wave. Every feeling you sustain reinforces that wave. Every belief you accept becomes a pattern. These patterns merge to create a dominant vibration. your personal frequency. And your personal frequency is your financial destiny. You cannot attract wealth while vibrating in fear. You cannot draw expansion while thinking small. You cannot receive abundance while emotionally anchored in lack. But here lies the liberating truth. You can change your frequency at any time. You can rewrite the mental emotional code that shapes your life. You can release old narratives and install new ones. You can shift your identity from someone who desires wealth to someone who embodies it. And once identity shifts, reality follows. This story, this transformation, always begins with awareness. Awareness cracks the shell of limitation. When you recognize that your financial life is not a result of external conditions, but of internal frequencies, you reclaim your power. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the architect of experience. You stop hoping for change and start generating it. The quantum principles that shape wealth are not complicated. They are profound because of their simplicity. You become what you consistently think. You attract what you repeatedly feel. You manifest what you believe to be possible. You receive what you are willing to embody. You experience what you vibrationally match. When these principles align, a quantum leap occurs. Not gradually, but instantaneously, as if reality catches up with a truth you finally accepted. The universe does not need time to deliver abundance. You need time to align with it. Once you do, the shift happens with breathtaking speed. This is the beginning of your transformation. This is the awakening of your quantum mind. If this idea has reached you and stirred something inside, that quiet recognition that your inner code matters more than any external strategy, pause for one breath. Inhale slowly. Feel your chest open. And if this truth resonates, press like now as a small but powerful declaration to yourself. You choose to reprogram, to align, to remember. That single act of acknowledgement is a micro-commitment. It anchors intention and sends a signal to you and to the collective field that you are ready to move differently. Now let us go deeper. The principles we introduced earlier are not abstractions to be admired from a distance. They are practical, precise instruments you can use immediately to rewrite your financial destiny. The second block of your training is where the work becomes ritual, where ideas convert into daily practices, and where the hidden mental code is not merely understood but installed. This is the laboratory of transformation, and your nervous system is the apparatus. The way you think will become the way you feel, and the way you feel will become the life you live. Begin with this foundational idea. Frequency precedes form. The universe is not a marketplace of random events. It is an orchestra of resonances. Each thought is a note, each emotion a chord, and your life is the music that plays when those notes and chords converge coherently. When your internal orchestra plays with alignment, thought, feeling, image, and action in symphony, reality must respond. The problem for most people is that their internal music is discordant. A desire in one instrument, fear in another, and disbelief in the percussion. The result is static. The remedy is coherence. How do you create coherence? It is both simple and subtle. First, you must choose a central theme, a primary frequency, and tune every aspect of your inner life to it. Think of this as choosing the station you will live on for the next 30, 60, 90 days. The most potent theme for quantum wealth is gratitude anchored in expectancy. Gratitude says, I already have. Expectancy says, it is on the way. Together they form a vibration that the field reads as completion and launches into manifestation. This is not denial of present lack. It is the skillful redirection of attention so that your inner instrument plays what you intend, not what habit or history insists. Start practical exercises immediately. Morning and night practice is non-negotiable. Each morning, before you open your eyes, lie still and allow 3 waves of gratitude to move through your body. Do not intellectualize them. Feel them viscerally. Picture 3 small but specific blessings: a call that arrived, a roof over your head, the taste of coffee. And let gratitude flood your chest. Follow that with a clear sentence, not a vague wish. Today I operate from abundance. I am open to receive inspired action, opportunities, and right people. Say it once with feeling, not a dozen times with mechanical breath. Quality anchors deeper than quantity. Throughout the day, build micro resets. The nervous system remembers rhythm. Take 3 mindful pauses, one mid-morning, one at lunch, one mid-afternoon. Each pause lasts 60 seconds. Focus on breath. Feel a sensation of abundance in the body, a warm expansion around the heart. And breathe out any tension. These micro resets interrupt unconscious looping thoughts. When you repeatedly break the chain of scarcity thinking, you create openings for new patterns. The subconscious is stubborn, but it is not invincible. Rhythm rewires it. Visualization is another core tool, but not the shallow visualizing of transactions or bank numbers. You will use sensory-rich scenes of being already lived into abundance. Sit daily for 10 focused minutes and imagine, as if it were true now, the details of your life in alignment. The smell of fresh sheets in the home you inhabit, the sound of laughter over a meal you serve with generosity, the feel of a contract signed that permits you to expand your work. Engage sight, sound, smell, touch, and the taste of victory. The subconscious learns through sensation. The more sensory precision you bring, the faster the code updates. Language matters. Words are not frivolous. They are programmatic. Observe the secret sentences you habitually repeat about money and change them deliberately. Replace, "I can't afford that," with "I choose my priorities and money flows to support them." Replace, "I'm not ready" with, "I am learning rapidly and expanding my capacity." Always frame language from the position of agency and expansion. Even small shifts in grammar, from passive to active voice, from lack to choice, rewire the mind's operating system. Action without internal alignment is inefficient labor. Alignment without action is idle fantasy. The quantum approach integrates both. Inspired action that carries the new frequency. Notice how decisions feel now. Do they feel pressured or clear? If pressure is present, pause and recalibrate the internal field. Choose the next action that feels right in your chest, not the one that alleviates anxiety. Small, consistent moves that feel expansive will compound faster than vast efforts born of desperation. The universe moves most gladly through joy, curiosity, and calm certainty. Another critical principle is the rearrangement of environment. The mind influences the world, and the world influences the mind. Remove repetitive, draining inputs, the news cycles that amplify scarcity, the conversations that rehearse lack, the media that reinforces fear. Replace that feed with resources that lift frequency. Short lectures that elevate understanding, music that soothes and expands, discussions with people who practice possibility. Your inner code will update faster when your external field echoes higher notes. Carefully curate what you allow into your attention. Attention is your creative capital. Now understand the role of the body. The subconscious is not only a database of ideas, but a somatic memory. Your body holds the history of scarcity. Many people unconsciously mimic scarcity posture: constricted breathing, tightened jaws, clenched shoulders. These postures maintain the old vibration. Use simple somatic practices to undo this. Twice daily, perform a 2-minute energetic reset. Stand, stretch upward, inhale deeply, raise your arms into a V, and exhale, releasing tension. Visualize releasing the old code with each out-breath. Your physiology modulates your frequency faster than conceptual thought ever can. The next layer of work is social encoding. Humans are social creatures. Our beliefs are contagious. Surround yourself with a small cadre of people who reflect the consciousness you aspire to. This might mean temporarily withdrawing from certain friendships or joining new groups where abundance is normalized, not exoticized. Speak your intentions out loud within those circles. Social reinforcement accelerates change. When others begin to reflect your new frequency back to you, the subconscious receives external confirmation and consolidates its rewrite. Another transformative technique is what we might call probing the internal ledger. Your subconscious has a running accounting of worthiness, a mental ledger of what you feel you're owed and what you deserve to receive. Once a week, set aside 30 minutes and journal. List the moments, memories, and beliefs that populate that ledger. Where did they originate? Which ones still hold power? Now intentionally rewrite 3 entries into their opposites and create a mini ritual to seal them. Perhaps lighting a candle and speaking the truth aloud. Rituals, even simple ones, mark transition points for the nervous system and the subconscious. Also, adopt the habit of calibrated generosity. Giving is not merely charitable behavior, it is energetic prophecy. When you give from a place of fullness, time, money, attention, you are signaling to the field that you trust the supply. Even modest acts of giving, performed with joy, shift the inner magnetic pattern. If you genuinely cannot give financially yet, give time, advice, or a kind word. The vector of circulation matters more than the amount. The subconscious honors this movement. Giving rewrites the code from scarcity to riveric abundance. Understand the role of proportion and patience. Rewiring is neither instantaneous nor glacial. It is a process of cumulative shifts. Resist the temptation to measure immediate financial metrics as your sole proof. Instead, document internal markers. Fewer panic episodes, increased clarity, the disappearance of shame in planning, the spontaneous emergence of creative ideas. These are the true harbingers of incoming abundance. The outer proof will follow, and often more quickly than you expect once inner change stabilizes. Let's address fear directly. Fear is the primitive guard of the known. It will test your new code, show you contradictory evidence, and play its ancient role. Do not fight fear. Befriend it. When fear arises, name it, breathe into it, and ask, "What are you trying to protect me from?" Often fear protects identity, the smaller identity that believes in scarcity. Speak kindly to that part. "Thank you for protecting me. I have a new plan. Stay with me as we retrain." This compassionate approach prevents the system from reacting with defensive sabotage. The subconscious learns fastest when it feels safe to change. Next, calibrate your expectations with a quantum understanding of time. The field collapses potential into form when the internal apparatus reaches coherence. Coherence depends on consistency. Expect shifts, not miracles on demand. Under this expectation, you act boldly and calmly, neither frantic nor passive. Boldness with calmness is the signature frequency of all high-achieving creators. It is the blend of vision and surrender. You hold the intention firmly and allow the how to be orchestrated by intelligence greater than your strategy. Also, maintain a daily evidence log. Each evening, note 3 small confirmations that your frequency is shifting. A helpful message, a surprising idea, a softened emotional reaction. These data points act like biological reinforcement, telling your nervous system that the new code is viable. Over time, the log becomes compelling proof to your subconscious that the new program yields better results than the old one. Finally, remember the ethic. Your inner transformation is not a selfish cure for your financial struggle. It is an activation of greater value you can now offer the world. When your frequency rises, you are able to contribute at higher levels. Provide jobs, create beauty, support causes. This orientation, from personal gain to increased capacity to serve, keeps your vibration pure and your manifestation trajectory aligned with sustainable abundance. The universe amplifies energy that circulates in service of expansion. These practices constitute the living protocol for installing the hidden mind code. They are not tricks. They are disciplines of consciousness, steady and unflashy, that produce the visible effects others call luck or timing. Apply them with joy, tenacity, and gentleness. Measure your progress by inner markers first. Trust the science of vibration, and when resistance appears, return to breath, to gratitude, and to the clear daily rituals that anchor your new frequency. In the next part, we will go further, mapping specific subconscious blocks by archetype, dismantling them, and providing precise recoding scripts to permanently alter your money story. For now, keep practicing the rhythms above. Keep resetting. Keep choosing the frequency that serves your highest life. If this section landed and you felt a tangible shift, a small rise in courage, or a softening somewhere in your chest, write a short comment now, naming what you will begin practicing today. Expression anchors change. Your words are not just noise. They are the next line in your new internal code. To truly move into the quantum field of wealth creation, we must now step into territory rarely explored by traditional financial teachings, the realm of subconscious archetypes. These are not fictional characters dwelling in fantasy. They are psychological blueprints, inherited emotional codes, and identity structures that quietly shape the ceiling of your financial reality. Earl Nightingale referred to this as the self-image governor, and Bob Proctor described it as the paradigm. Different language, same truth. You're not limited by money. You are limited by identity. This is the moment where awareness becomes mastery. To reprogram your inner code, you must first identify which subconscious wealth archetype currently runs your financial operating system. Below are 6 of the most common archetypes. Read them carefully and determine which one most resembles your internal patterns. Not who you wish to be, but who you presently are based on behavior, emotion, and decision-making. Awareness is the doorway to liberation. 1. The scarcity survivor. This archetype grew up around instability, fear, or lack. Their subconscious code is written with emotional sentences like, "Money disappears fast. If I relax, everything will fall apart." They often hoard money or avoid making bold moves because risk feels like danger. Their nervous system associates money with survival, not expansion. Even when they earn more, it slips away through emergencies, impulses, or unconscious sabotage. Primary healing code: safety is no longer outside. Safety is within. 2. The energetic martyr. This archetype overgives, overworks, and oversacrifices because deep down, they believe value must be proven through effort. They reject ease and unconsciously despise those who succeed with flow. Their subconscious label for wealth is, "I must earn it painfully, or it's not deserved." Primary healing code. Receiving is honorable. Abundance is a natural reward for aligned contribution. 3. The intellectual prisoner, highly intelligent but trapped in overanalysis. They crave logic, certainty, and proof before action. They stay in planning mode instead of execution. Their unconscious belief is, "I must understand everything before I move." They manifest delay, stagnation, and missed opportunities because action is postponed constantly. Primary healing code. Action creates clarity, not the other way around. 4. The emotional spender. This archetype uses money as a mood regulator. Purchases are temporary medicine for emotional emptiness, boredom, or insecurity. They oscillate between excitement and guilt. Their unconscious belief: money is how I soothe emotional wounds. Primary healing code: emotional fulfillment must come from inner alignment, not financial anesthesia. Vastervium. the identity. Outsider. This archetype subconsciously believes wealth is for others, a special category of people, families, or personalities. Even if they desire wealth, they feel like an intruder attempting to enter a world where they don't belong. Their unconscious belief: wealthy people are different from me. Primary healing code: I belong in every room my purpose leads me into. Noisia 6. The Quantum Architect, your future archetype. This is the identity you are evolving into. Calm nervous system. High receptivity, aligned action. Emotional neutrality around money. Conscious choice rather than reactive survival. The Quantum Architect is wealthy internally before externalization, and therefore manifestation becomes a byproduct, not a pursuit. Step 1. Identify. Which archetype feels like your current operating system? You can only rewrite what you are willing to acknowledge. Choose without judgment. Mastery begins with honesty, not perfection. Now, once you identify your archetype, the next stage is pattern interruption. Because your subconscious operates from automation, a silent loop that repeats until interrupted. The first tool we will use is called the Inner Voice Interception Method. Inner Voice Interception Method. Your subconscious communicates through micro-thoughts, not loud declarations. When a limiting thought appears, do the following. 1. Pause. Say internally, pattern. 2. Breathe. 1 slow breath in, 1 slow exhale. 3. Replace. Speak a new coded sentence with emotional tone. Example. Old thought, it won't work for me. New code. My life is upgrading faster than my past conditioning. You are not arguing with the subconscious. You are retraining it. Repeat this 5 to 7 times daily. It is better to apply it briefly, consistently, than intensely once in a while. The power of emotional neutrality. Quantum manifestation is not based on intense desire, but on neutral, confident expectation. If desire is mixed with anxiety, you create a frequency of lack. If desire is held with neutrality and calm certainty, you create a frequency of already done. This is why the wealthiest manifest effortlessly. Their nervous system is not chasing, it is receiving. Practice shifting from, I need it to happen, to, I trust that it is unfolding. The 72-hour alignment window. Every time you have a breakthrough insight, your emotional field opens briefly. This creates a 72-hour neuroplastic window where new identity can be installed more easily. During such windows, avoid complaining, explaining, defending, gossiping. Protect the new frequency as if it were wet cement. Within that same 72 hours, take one aligned financial action, small or large. Opening a savings or investment account, applying for something, starting a project, scheduling a call, buying a course, restructuring a budget. The action activates the new identity. Without that action, the mind goes back to default. The universal law of self-return. Whatever identity you hold internally, reality must return as reflection. You never receive what you want, you receive what you are, not as punishment, as perfect mirroring. Therefore, to receive more money, you must become the version of you who naturally manages, attracts, and multiplies money. The subconscious does not respond to desire. It responds to identity familiarity. Become the person first. The wealth follows because it has no choice. Now take a moment. Place your hand gently on your chest. Inhale slowly and repeat softly. I am rewriting my inner code. Wealth is my natural state. And when you are ready, write in the comments. Which archetype are you transforming from? And who are you becoming? When you begin to realize that the mind you are operating from has never truly been yours, but rather a composition of inherited patterns, cultural narratives, emotional memories, and assumed identities programmed long before you consciously chose anything. You start to see that the journey of wealth is not about gaining something new, but about dissolving what never belonged to you. Every human being carries invisible emotional codes that whisper silent instructions beneath their awareness, shaping how much they believe they can receive, how fast they believe they can evolve, and how worthy they feel when life presents opportunities. The fascinating truth is that people do not attract what they want because wanting belongs to the conscious mind, but they always attract what aligns to their emotional baseline, because emotion belongs to the subconscious, and the subconscious controls vibration. This explains why someone can study wealth principles, consume books and courses, repeat affirmations, and intellectually know what to do, yet still feel blocked, stuck, or like an invisible wall prevents growth. The barrier was never lack of knowledge, but lack of identity alignment. There is a moment in life when you stop trying to become rich and instead begin to embody the inner architecture of someone who naturally lives in prosperity. This shift is subtle, internal, and often so gradual that you do not even realize at first that the transformation has already begun. It happens the moment you decide that the old identity is no longer your reference point. The brain loves familiarity, the subconscious loves repetition, and the nervous system loves safety. And so change becomes uncomfortable not because it is difficult, but because it is unfamiliar. Wealth is not achieved by convincing the mind of what is possible. Wealth is achieved by making abundance feel familiar to the subconscious. The difference between a person who remains financially stagnant and a person who rises is not luck, circumstances, or destiny. It is the level of familiarity they develop with expansion. When abundance begins to feel normal instead of extraordinary, the subconscious stops resisting and starts cooperating. At this stage, you must understand something that Earl Nightingale and Bob Proctor both taught through different words. Your reality is simply a delayed mirror of your inner vibration. Nightingale emphasized that we become what we think about. Proctor emphasized that our paradigm controls what we manifest. When you combine these ideas, you realize that thinking alone is not enough. Thinking creates direction, but subconscious identity creates permission. You cannot outthink a paradigm. You must outgrow it. Every time your mind tries to stretch into bigger goals, your subconscious evaluates whether that goal matches your familiar identity. If it does not, it will unconsciously sabotage, delay, distract, or redirect you toward what aligns with your known internal environment. This is why every breakthrough first feels like internal conflict. Your conscious mind is moving toward the future, while your subconscious is pulling you back to the past. There comes a powerful moment when you must make a firm, energetic decision. That decision is not about how much money you want, how fast you want it, or what method you plan to pursue. The real decision is this: from today forward, I no longer tolerate the identity that was shaped by limitation. The moment you commit to a new internal identity, everything outside begins to rearrange, although at first it may appear chaotic. Imagine a house renovation. Walls are broken, dust spreads, old pieces are removed, noise increases, and nothing looks better immediately. But the chaos is not destruction. It is restructuring. The universe operates the same way. When you declare a new internal standard, the external structures built around your old identity must be dismantled, dissolved, or replaced. Many people quit at this stage because they misinterpret change-triggered turbulence as failure, when in reality it is simply the dismantling of everything that was too small for who they are becoming. You are not only upgrading beliefs, you are upgrading emotional frequency. Wealth is not held in the mind, it is held in the nervous system. The nervous system must feel safe receiving more. If the amount you desire surpasses what your nervous system can comfortably hold, you will unconsciously reject, delay, or lose it. This is why sudden increases in income often disappear quickly. The identity could not anchor the frequency. The goal is not to manifest money temporarily, but to embody a permanent identity that sustains prosperity. To do this, you must practice emotional neutrality with money. This means no longer assigning money the role of savior, rescuer, solution, or proof of worth. Money must become a tool, not a crutch, an extension, not an escape, a reflection, not a replacement. When money becomes emotionally neutral, the subconscious stops associating it with fear, pressure, or danger, and abundance can flow without resistance. There is a powerful truth hidden beneath all manifestation teachings. You never manifest money by chasing it. You manifest money by becoming someone for whom wealth is natural. This transformation does not require force, obsession, or frantic effort. It requires alignment, intention, clarity, emotional safety, conscious self-talk, and a willingness to dissolve familiar identities that no longer serve your evolution. The universe is not withholding abundance. It is responding to identity. Every time you align with expansion, rather than limitation, you rewire the field around you. Every time you speak as your future self instead of your past, you alter your vibrational signature. Every time you make decisions that match your desired identity, rather than your old story, you accelerate quantum timelines. Wealth does not come gradually. It manifests suddenly after identity alignment reaches a tipping point. And if you are reading these words, it is because you are already in that transition. You are no longer someone who believes wealth is external, conditional, or exclusive. You are remembering that wealth is internal, energetic, and identity-based. You are rewriting mental scripts, dissolving scarcity myths, and breathing new emotional codes into your subconscious. This is the path not of force, but of remembering. You are returning to your original state, abundance. You are now entering the phase where awareness must turn into energetic embodiment, because knowing is only the first doorway, and embodiment is the true activation. Nothing in your external world will permanently shift until your nervous system accepts abundance as normal, safe, familiar, and expected. This is where most people unknowingly disconnect from the quantum field of wealth, not because they lack intelligence, willingness, or desire, but because a silent part of them still fears what a bigger life will require, change, or expose. To become a vibrational match to abundance, you must make peace with expansion. Wealth is not built inside a contracted emotional state. The subconscious must feel gently stretched, not forcefully pushed, because the quantum field does not respond to desperate energy. It responds to coherent inner truth. Every single day, without exception, you are either reinforcing your old identity or rehearsing your new one. There is no neutral state. Every thought, every emotional reaction, every decision, and every response is feeding a timeline. The universe does not listen to what you hope for. It aligns with what you repeatedly signal through emotion, tone, behavior, imagination, and micro-choices. Your life right now is not created by major events. It is created by thousands of subtle, unconsciously repeated decisions, many so automatic that you never recognized how powerfully they shaped your destiny. Quantum wealth is not about changing everything at once. It is about shifting your identity frequency by degrees, until reality can no longer deny the new version of you. The first internal mastery you need is emotional state regulation. If money controls your emotions, you are not yet its master. If you are emotionally destabilized when it appears or destabilized when it seems absent, then you are still reacting from survival identity. The wealthy and aligned do not measure reality through the lens of what is here right now, but through the lens of what I am aligned to. The physical world is never a final result. It is always a lagging reflection of the previous inner state. This is why those who master themselves experience what looks to others like luck, acceleration, or miracles. But there are no miracles. There is alignment, coherence, clarity, emotional neutrality, and unwavering identity embodiment. Imagine for a moment that you are living inside a psychological echo chamber, where life reflects not your desires, but your subconscious expectations. If you expect struggle, life presents doors that require exhaustion, sacrifice, or resistance. If you expect ease, life rearranges pathways that feel like flow, synchronicity, and alignment. Not because reality changes arbitrarily, but because you are shifting the frequency from which you interpret, react, and choose. Life is responding to how you see yourself. Money, opportunities, relationships, and ideas are like metal shavings responding to a magnet. The magnet is identity. Change the magnet, and the entire pattern reorganizes. That is quantum transformation. Now let us enter one of the most hidden energetic principles. Wealth grows through identity consistency, not effort intensity. You do not need to push the universe. You must remain internally coherent long enough for the new frequency to stabilize. Most people oscillate because they temporarily embody abundance and then collapse back into scarcity identity when external proof has not yet appeared. They plant the seed, but dig it up every time doubt knocks. Quantum wealth requires emotional stamina, the ability to remain energetically aligned before physical evidence arrives. It is not blind faith, it is identity-based certainty. Earl Nightingale insisted that the mind becomes what it repeatedly holds, and Bob Proctor taught that the paradigm controls the outcome regardless of conscious desire. Your job is not to force results, but to maintain inner identity alignment until external reflection catches up. At this stage, your subconscious must stop associating wealth with pressure and begin associating it with peace. Wealth must feel like a natural extension of who you are, not an achievement you chase. When wealth becomes part of your emotional baseline, the universe shifts from responding to desire into responding to identity. That is the doorway to quantum manifestation. Everything becomes easier because you are no longer looking for opportunities from scarcity, but recognizing opportunities from expansion. You stop asking, "How do I get there?" and begin declaring, "I am already the person who belongs there." This subtle shift rewires choice-making, emotional behavior, financial actions, and energetic resonance. The true secret is that you are not manifesting wealth. You are manifesting alignment with the version of you who already lives in wealth. The quantum field is not linear, it is responsive. The moment you choose identity over memory, you enter a parallel timeline, where abundance is not a future goal, but a present frequency. You become the architect instead of the seeker. You no longer walk toward the wealth timeline. You pull it into your now through belief, embodiment, and behavior that aligns with your desired identity. Reality bends to coherence. Before we move to the final block, pause and breathe deeply. Feel the energy moving not as motivation but as recognition. Say silently or aloud with full presence, "I am no longer becoming, I am remembering." There comes a moment in every transformational journey when you realize that the pursuit was never about learning how to attract wealth, but rather unlearning why you once believed you were separate from it. Wealth is not an external gain, but a return to your natural energetic blueprint. Before conditioning, before inherited beliefs, before emotional imprinting, you existed as pure unlimited potential, unafraid of expansion, unashamed of desire, unblocked by logic, and fully aligned with the energetic flow of creation. The journey you are on is not towards riches, it is towards remembrance. The more you remember who you truly are, the less resistance exists between you and abundance. Your external wealth is a delayed echo of your internal truth. You now understand that quantum wealth operates by frequency, not effort. It aligns with conviction, not hope. It responds to identity, not desire. When you shift how you see yourself, you shift what you allow yourself to experience. A person who sees wealth as something separate from them is destined to chase it. A person who sees wealth as an extension of their identity naturally attracts it. This is why some people transform rapidly. They stop negotiating with reality and begin declaring truth. Wealth becomes inevitable when your identity no longer supports the version of you who lives without it. At this stage of your evolution, the question is not whether wealth can appear, but whether you are willing to remain aligned long enough for it to stabilize in physical form. Identity transformation is not a motivational peak. It is a vibrational lifestyle. The subconscious must be reminded daily through emotional repetition. You are not reprogramming your mind through loud intensity, but through gentle, consistent, unshakable embodiment. Every day, regardless of external fluctuation, you maintain inner coherence, and coherence creates gravitational pull. Now you must practice making decisions as your wealth identity, not as your past self. Decisions are the steering wheel of destiny. Every decision carries energetic signature. When a decision is made from fear, it multiplies limitation. When a decision is made from expansion, it multiplies abundance. Ask yourself continuously, is this action aligned with who I am becoming or who I used to be? When your answer consistently honors the identity you are stepping into, the universe has no choice but to mirror it. This is when wealth begins to arrive, not just through predictable channels, but through synchronicities, unexpected opportunities, intuitive ideas, and connections that seem to appear out of nowhere. This nowhere is actually the quantum field reorganizing itself around your new energetic signature. Money can come through work, but it can also come through alignment, and aligned money carries a different frequency. It does not drain, pressure, or destabilize you. It expands you. True wealth is not stressful, it is stabilizing. It brings clarity, not confusion. It feels like home, not like a battlefield. You are no longer the person who hopes abundance finds them. You are now the person abundance cannot ignore. You have crossed the threshold where internal alignment is stronger than external evidence. You are guided not by what you see, but by what you know. You are no longer waiting. You are embodying. This is the highest level of manifestation where reality begins to bow to identity. The field around you is not fixed, it is responsive. Money is not a result, it is a reflection. Wealth is not luck, it is resonance. From this moment forward, your task is simple, yet powerful. Remain consistent with the identity you have created. Speak from it, think from it, feel from it, act from it, decide from it. Hold its frequency even when the old world echoes back with tests, delays, or illusions. The universe will always test identity before rewarding it. Not to challenge you, but to confirm you. Every test is not asking, are you capable? But are you now a match? When the test no longer destabilizes you, the breakthrough appears. You are the architect, not the seeker. You are the source, not the follower. You are the field, not the observer. Wealth is not coming. It is already here, reorganizing itself around your new self-image. You no longer chase, you command. You no longer wait, you align. You no longer hope, you know. That knowing is the key that unlocks the quantum treasury of life. Close your eyes for a moment and speak slowly to your subconscious. I am already the version of me who lives in abundance. Wealth is my identity, not my pursuit. Now breathe deeply and remember, the universe does not respond to time. It responds to who you are.